Hello everyone, welcome to Mr. Naylor's class. I'm Mr. Naylor, and today what we're going to talk about is simplifying radicals. Now if you remember what a perfect square is, 1 squared is 1. Two of the same numbers multiplied together. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. 6 squared is 36. 7 squared is 49. 8 squared is 64. 9 squared is 81. 10 squared is 100. So that means that the square root of 100 is 10. The square root of 81 is 9. The square root of 64 is 8. The square root of 49 is 7. The square root of 36 is 6, and so on. Now, when we simplify a radical, what we want to do is we want to find the biggest perfect square factor. A factor is two numbers that you multiply together to get another number. So, for example, if I'm looking for the square root of 20 and I want to simplify the answer as a radical, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for two factors that I multiply together to get 20. So, we want to find the biggest perfect square factor. So for example, 10 times 2 is 20, but also 4 times 5 is 20. 4 and 5 is better for us because 5 is the biggest perfect square factor. So I'm going to write 4 times 5. Now the square root of 4, we know, is 2. So I'm going to write this 2 on the outside times the square root of 5. Now if we look at another number like the square root of 27. What are factors of 27? We want to find the biggest perfect square factor that gets us 27. And that would be 9 times 3. 9 is a perfect square. 3 squared is 9, so the square root of 9 is 3. So I'm going to take that 9 out. I'm going to write it as 3 times the square root of 3. Some numbers you can't simplify, like the square root of 15. The square root of 15 is 5 times 3, and neither one of those are perfect squares. So the answer to the square root of 15 is the square root of 15. Let's take a look at a number like the square root of 50. You think, what's the biggest perfect square factor that I multiply that could give me 50? Now, 10 times 5 is okay, but 25 times 2 is even better. 25 times 2. Why 25? 25 is a perfect square. It's the biggest perfect square. So I'm going to write that square root of 25 is 5 times the square root of this 2 right here. Now some numbers have more than one perfect square. Let's take a look at, for example, the number 80. Square root of 80. The square root of 80 has a lot of factors. It's got 2 times 45. The square root of 80 is 4 times 20. It's 5 times 18. It is 6 times 15. And it is 9 times these are the wrong factors for 80. 80 is 2 times 40. A mistake. 3 times 4 times 20. 5 times 16, and 8 times 10. These are the factors for 80. You can see that 4 is a perfect square, but the biggest perfect square is that 16. So that's what I want to use, is the 16. Now you could use the 40, but you're just going to spend more time and do more steps breaking down the square root of 80. If you use the biggest perfect square first, you'll do the least amount of work. Square root of 16, we know, is 4. All right, I'm gonna have you guys try a problem, and then have you guys do it on your own, and then I'm gonna do it, and we'll check to see if we have the same answer. Let's do the square root of 90. You guys try this one, hit the pause button. When you're done, hit the play button. Check to see you got the same answer I did. I'll do it too. Okay, there are a lot of factors for the square root of 90. The two that I would use is 9 times the square root of 10. The reason being is 9 is the biggest perfect square factor. So what's the square root of 9? Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times the square root of 10. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you never miss another video, and I'll see you in the next one.